What's up, guys? It's your boys Awoki back with another crime video today, and we're going to be taking a look at this guy that apparently is a genius scientist of an IQ of 197, but committed complete annihilation of his family and murdered his 2 kids and his wife, and tried to make it look like his wife did it, but then got super scared and started pretty much babbling, forgetting things, and made it he completely started acting like he was a child. And yeah, so that being said, you guys have been wanting and requesting this one as well, since we're into the family annihilators. Apparently there's a couple female ones as well that annihilated their whole family, and they were female, which we'll be taking a look at. But this one we're going to be taking a look at right now. This person is Michael Paton. Is that what his name? Paton. So we're going to take a look at it. It's the interrogation. There's not much more about it, but he pretty much played dumb, stupid, and forgetful. But apparently this detective was like super like ahead of this guy the whole step of the way. But if you guys could do me a solid favor before we go any further, is subscribe to the YouTube channel by hitting the wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video. You guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so much for the love and support. We just hit 29,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 30. We're trying to get to 50 so I can give one of you lucky guys a Meta Quest 3 virtual reality headsets for free. And when we get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to give 2 more away to you guys. So I would love to give to you guys before Christmas. So tell your friends, subscribe, share it, and all the above. But that being said, let's get into this interrogation and see how the scientist gets capital murder. Now, I've seen that capital murder has been in obviously life in prison, but there's also in some states the death penalty. I don't think, well, he's from Texas. I'm pretty sure that Texas has the death penalty. I didn't look into it, but this guy was 39 years old when this happened. Apparently, it happened back in 2021 in February, and completely, Celina, Texas. Does Texas have the death penalty? Hold on. I'm pretty sure it does. If you're able to carry a gun, Texas and death penalty. If individuals are convicted of capital felony murder, which this guy was, he or she may be subject to punishment by death if the state searches it out for punishment. So I heard this guy got life, but I don't know exactly. We're just going to watch together and see what happens. So let's take a look.
You're going to be under arrest for capital murder. Capital murder.
Oh, yeah.
This
Rally
is
sinks in.
39-year-old Michael Paton, a scientist working for Raytheon in their rocket science department. Michael perceives himself as somewhat of a genius, but as you will soon see, not even a scientist can get away with murder. On February 19, 2021, Celina police officers rushed to the Paton family residence in response to a shooting. Little did they know they were about to be thrown in for a loop by the scientist. Michael had called 911 to allegedly confess to murdering his wife and 2 kids, along with their 3 dogs and 1 cat. However, when
I heard also is because he was with a female that was not his wife.
Officers arrived on the scene, Michael, who was standing outside with his gun, changed his story and now claimed he didn't know if his wife and kids were still alive. Firefighters would enter the house to find Michael's wife, Tamara Paton, and his teenage son and daughter already dead from gunshot wounds. Due to Michael's new claims, the police weren't sure if the 911 call was a prank call, and Michael is being framed for murders he didn't commit, or whether he had done it himself, regretted and changed his mind. Nevertheless, Michael is detained and brought down to the station for interrogation, with Detective Joshua Armstrong heading it. With the detective's expertise in cognitive techniques and no evidence to go on, the interrogation will be a headstrong game for Michael, a genius scientist, against an expert detective, making this one of the...
And the guy that's talking right now, make sure you guys go over to his channel. It's Detective Williams. He's the one that brought this video to us, to light. So make sure you guys go over and give him some love.
Most absurd cases I've ever seen.
Let me get the person that's going to swab your hands real quick.
For
and
TSR.
then we'll do that and get those handcuffs off of you, okay? You need some?
I'll just sit here and wait.
Okay, you need something to drink or anything?
Please.
Water, okay?
Anything. This one. I'm so confused.
Play dumb. Looks at the camera.
Michael, was that quick enough for you, brother? You go by Mike or Michael?
Usually Mike. Usually Mike.
Okay. Can you stand up for me? I'm gonna get them handcuffs off of you, okay? This is who I was talking about was gonna take a swab of your hands, okay? Are you okay with her doing that?
They put his hands in
Do you
bags.
have any injuries to you right now? Are you hurt anywhere, bleed anywhere, cut anywhere?
I know.
Okay. Well, do you mind standing up right here on the swab board? You've got a bruise right here. Is this old?
Yes, it's a couple days old.
Couple days old. Okay. Anything on the back side? No cuts or anything like that? Do you mind if I lift your shirt up?
For it.
You got a, can't tell if that's a scratch over here. You got a cat or something at the house?
3 dogs and
Dogs and a cat? It looks
And
like
he
you got
murdered
maybe
the
a cat
dogs
scratch
and
over there on one
cats?
side.
probably the puppy.
Puppy?
Can I stand for a minute?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I was in the car.
You were sitting there for a long time. Give me just a second. Here's your cup of water, Mike.
Thank you.
Give me just a second, okay?
Yeah.
He keeps looking at the camera. Oh, you know you're... Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Michael
Side
seems
eye.
disoriented and uneasy as he paces around the room. Not long after, Detective Armstrong starts by questioning Michael with basic questions, such as the type of work he does. This is done intentionally to judge if Michael is lucid and conscious. If so, then we will know if the confusion we see is all just an act or not.
And you know, obviously, I think you've got some questions that you.
So in other words, and not to keep pausing, but you guys don't want me to talk, but pretty much what he's going to do is he's going to see if he can remember certain things and some things, because if he can remember that, then he should be able to remember the other things. Exactly what they should have done with Nicole Kessinger. Just throwing that out there.
were trying to ask me a minute ago.
Too, but I don't want to be arrested. I feel like I need somebody to help me with what's going on, because I don't have any idea what's going on.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, neither one of us have an idea of what's going on right now either, because we haven't spoke with you yet. If that makes sense.
It does.
So we really don't know. We don't know what's going on. I think our hope was that you would help us figure out what's going on as much as us help you figure out what's going on.
I don't know what happened.
Are you? You sound really short of breath. Do you have asthma or medical condition or anything? Or are you just tired or
I'm stressed out.
just really stressed?
I don't know what's happening.
I just want to clarify before I ask you any questions or you ask me any questions. You said you did understand your rights. You do want to speak with me, correct?
Start, but I don't know if I start getting overwhelmed. I want somebody to.
You can stop the interview at any time.
Okay.
What was your question? You were trying to ask me some questions when we were coming up the stairway.
How screwed am I? Oh, you screwed.
I don't know what's happening. I don't remember what happened. I remember working this afternoon.
Let me guess, he's gonna claim that it's
What do
evil?
you do for Raytheon?
Configurations. So basically, I
Missile tech.
make sure everything's right before it gets released. Sure, drawings or documents or whatever.
I really don't know what Raytheon does. What is it?
Defense, missiles, aerospace.
So are you still employed? Is Raytheon is a private contractor that's contracted through the government?
Contracts and stuff.
He's
yeah.
probably making some good money.
Mainly government contracts.
What is it that you do for them?
The configuration stuff. I run a meeting every month with the Navy. I check all the drawings.
The detective then asks Michael if he has ever been in the military, curious to know his background.
Is it like
guess.
classified
This
type
is-
of stuff or?
Marine Corps.
I've been cleared classified, but I don't work on a classified program currently.
Okay. Forgive me, I don't know much about. I wasn't in. I don't know much about.
I'm still learning.
How did you get in? Were you in the military? Is that how you got into that, or
I got into it later after I got my degree.
is that something anybody can do,
So he
or
was in the military, but
do you need some kind of What's the degree in?
My degree is engineering physics.
Okay. So that's why that's the physics part.
So he's pretty smart.
Not necessarily for what I do right now, but I can use it for stuff. I understand electronics and schematics and stuff.
I don't understand any
Keeps
electronics.
looking at the camera.
Were you in the military at all?
I was in the Marine Corps.
How long were you there?
6 years.
6 years?
Knew it.
Did you get deployed at all?
I got injured on prep for deployment, so I didn't go. I hurt my ankle.
Bad or?
Sprained it real bad, enough that it delayed me past shipping out, so I didn't deploy.
What you and the detective do not know is that Michael had a streak for lying about his achievements. He's known to have allegedly spoken about the various battles he was a part of while in the military.
Oh.
But now, Michael has decided to tell
Stolen
the detective
valor?
the truth. It's not certain, but it may be that he does not want to risk lying about small matters and instead focus on hiding his crime.
You got a pretty impressive background. Between the Marine Corps and then the Raytheon stuff.
Try.
Well, tell me a little bit. I don't know anything about you, Michael. I'm trying to piece together the puzzle. I think the same way you are.
So the reason why also is another tactic that he's trying to do is he's trying to gain his trust for one, two, trying to get a little sense of how he is, to see his memory, if he's able to recall all this stuff, his family and all that stuff, and then he's gonna be like, okay, what happened tonight? And then I guarantee he's gonna be like, ha, got you. If you can remember all that, you should be able to remember what happened when you murdered your family. So let's take a look.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you like doing? What's your
Oh, I was gonna say I was trying to try and guess it, but that was not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say The Walking Dead or Big Bang Theory. That's what I was gonna think.
Supernatural.
you seen Supernatural? What you said your son's high functioning autistic. How old is your son?
That's what pisses me
13.
off.
Here, Michael is referring to his son and daughter using the present tense
Is.
as if to show he doesn't remember what happened to them, but
He didn't
his
say
memory
was.
only seems to short circuit when it comes to his family, as the evil genius seems to remember things like the exact time when he started collecting music.
Say high function. There's so many
See?
different kinds of autism out there. What is his specific?
He's anxiety. He was kind of not antisocial, but
He doesn't do good with people.
busy social environments. He had a delayed learn. He didn't speak until he was like 4. And so usually, like I said, the Adderall tends to help.
And you took your kid's life and your wife.
He's very easily addicted to screens.
Addicted to what?
Screens like video games, his phone,
Man.
stuff like that. He does taekwondo. He seems to enjoy that. That gives him some
13.
structure.
Focus.
Yeah. It gives him something like specific movements, and he's able to practice it. And
How old was your daughter?
What do you mean was?
How old is she? You said she does some swimming
See how
stuff?
he does that? He said, what do you mean was? He's playing stupid. So he's trying to get onto the detective and be like, why'd you say was? She's still alive, right? He guarantees he's going to play dumb.
Yeah, she
Because
is.
she is. He enhances the is.
14.
The detective's use of past tense in asking about the daughters is a mild confrontational technique called the read technique, which Michael seems to have caught on to easily. Anyone in their right mind who didn't know what exactly happened to their family wouldn't have paid so much attention to the detective's words as Michael seems to have been doing.
Why did you say?
I'm just trying to learn who your family is. I don't know anything about them.
You said how old she was.
I don't know why I said that. I just trying to figure out about your family. I was really trying to figure about you, and
She swims whatever events. And the meets are open, and you schedule whatever events that you want the kids to swim. It's not structured. I mean, sometimes
Guy's
the coaches
trying
just
to
have a this event.
get away with it, but he's
like the different strokes and like Michael Phelps kind of stuff, like the butterfly and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's only 4 strokes.
plays dumb.
Why do you think we're here today? I'm confused on why we are here. You don't remember anything from today?
The thing I can think of is the other day, my wife was. We've been working lately. We haven't been. We've been struggling a little bit. I've been trying to work on it. I was going to counseling. I haven't been in a few weeks. So I've been going to counseling and struggling Saturday night. She had one of the guns and was saying that their only way out.
Say that one more time.
She said the only way out was to basically cut herself and I wouldn't leave the room.
So she's blaming herself.
I kept trying to get the gun away from her. After about 2 hours, I got it away from her. But, you know, basically, if I called in to try to get her some help, they'd take her personal license away. And I didn't know what to do. Her best friend came over, and she ended up staying the night. And maybe that was Sunday night, because then she was there all day Monday when we were working. And I've been watching. I've been afraid that she was going to hurt herself.
It's like watching CSI, but real.
Notice how Michael avoids and refuses to meet the detective's eyes, except for when he's confronted, where he stared at him without blinking, as if silently challenging the detective. When he has confirmed that the detective knows nothing about what has happened, Michael starts to introduce a story as to how his wife was suicidal, which would explain her death.
Her name's Heather.
She worked with her or a high school friend? Or...
They're friends from middle school.
Okay. You know what Heather's last name is?
She's divorced, but I think she's still using Weber.
Heather Weber? That rhymes. So this was, you think, last Sunday?
Yeah, like a couple days ago. Sunday night, maybe.
Okay. Do you know what today is?
Thursday or Friday.
Yes. Today's Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. So last Sunday night this still happened. Did you end up ever contacting anybody, or you just kind of let the friend kind of...
I kind of let the friend. I've been talking to her. She was doing better throughout. She was talking to me and opening up. And that's... thought we were doing better. And she agreed that she'd do couples counseling with me.
Problems in the marriage again.
She said that, you know, she's been waffling on it back and forth for about a month.
So seek help with
She
her.
agreed she'd go. Told me I might not like all her answers, but that she would go because I thought it was important. And so I was going to look into it. And it was...
And so you said you hid the guns? Where'd you hide those at?
I had one of them.
Man, the
was up in
patience
my
of this
office that
detective.
I didn't use it this week, but I've been using it for a few months. in the extra bedroom upstairs.
The way that
It
he
was
just
up there,
sits there
and then the other one
composed.
was, I hid it in a bag. I was planning on putting him in my truck and trying to find a friend to take him to for a little while until it blew over, and I felt like she was better.
How many guns do y'all have?
Two.
Are they both handguns or rifles?
Yes,
It's both handguns. Do you know what they are?
there's a Walther. It's a 22 and a 9mm Springfield.
Springfield. I used to have a Springfield 9mm. I traded it for a Glock.
I never liked Glocks.
I didn't like them until I started carrying them. I learned to love them. So
Michael's aim is to try and paint a picture of an unstable wife
Blame
who's
the wife.
suicidal and who might have had a breakdown which resulted in her shooting their kids and herself. He may
Wow.
plan to offer this as the rational solution to his family's death, but he clearly hasn't thought the plan through.
has your wife ever had any suicidal stuff prior to this week?
A couple of years ago, she
Now he's
had
starting to-
thoughts of it.
So like Chris Watts did, he's rocking because it's a self-soothing thing. Like Chris Watts did, he kind of did this kind of thing. What he's doing is it's kind of a self-soothing thing to calm himself down.
Through it.
Hmm.
We worked through it.
Worked through it. Has she ever had any kind of a medical treatment for it or anything like that?
She just started opening up about when she was in middle school or high school. She went to counseling. Just recently told me that she was abused when she was a kid.
And yet you took
And
her
then
life.
that's why she's been not wanting to go to therapy with me, because she doesn't like the experience.
Physical abuse or sexual abuse?
From what she's told me.
Do you know who it was that done it to her, like a family or
I
boyfriend?
think it was friends of her dad and maybe her stepdad.
So
She told me about one, including when she was living with her dad in Michigan. There was
So instead of if she was abused, either way, he should have been the man to help her through this rather than annihilate his family. I don't get why these guys think they can annihilate their family and it's going to work or they're going to get away with it. When the flip has it ever been okay, or you thought you were going to get away with it? This guy thinks he can one-up this detective, but this detective, I think, is even smarter. And this guy is book smart, electrical engineer smart, physics. Now, he ain't common sense smart. He tried to, but this detective is one-upping him every step of the way.
The neighbor. She was babysitting and woke up to him over her, and there was other ones that she didn't tell me about. She told me.
Oh, so it's like not just one thing, or not just one person, kind of multiple.
And so she's struggled with that before, and so, like I said, we worked through it, and I've been trying to work through the issues that we've been having. I've never been great with sharing my emotions, and that's why I went to counseling. Trying to be a better husband, a better dad. I've been able to reconnect with my kids a lot. Like, we have a lot more conversations, and daughter opens up to me a lot more.
Have you ever read the book 5 Love Languages?
Detective Armstrong then asks Michael about his religious beliefs, again to check his memory and cognitive impairment.
What all religions was it that you studied in that class that you kind of took bits and
I'm just watching the detective. He's just eyeing Michael up, and he just like he knows he's got Michael. He's just like he's patient. Like this professional detective is doing fantastic. Okay, this guy needs to be like interviewing Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger. But I'm just watching more of him than Michael, because Michael knows he's screwed, but he's trying to play it dumb.
I never
Quran. Am I saying it right? Is it Quran or Quran?
I think it's Quran, but I never
It's Quran.
read it. I just kind of studied what it was about and kind of some of the things that it taught.
I've got a lot of buddies that were in the Marine Corps, and for some reason it was a popular thing among them to read the Quran. But I think it was because they were deployed overseas, and it was
You just learn what their beliefs
every
are.
house they went into, it was easily, readily available. So it was just, something to kill time or whatever. So I've got a lot of buddies that, that's not their religion, but while they were overseas, they read the Quran just because it was there, I guess.
After he's confirmed that Michael is indeed lucid enough, the detective starts asking Michael about the events that took place before he was brought in.
Well, Mike, can you just walk me through what you do remember from today, and that way we can kind of try to piece together why we're here today?
We were working. We were talking to one of my coworkers. Or I think I took a shower.
You think you took a shower? I know I take a shower every day.
My wife and I were talking about wanting to buy a new mattress. The one we have is too soft. It dips really bad in the middle.
Wait till he gets to prison and the things like this.
Is it normal for you not to remember your day?
No.
I mean, don't get me
Because
wrong.
It happened the other night.
There's
Best friend came over.
there's days that I forget here and there, but then I start to remember it and stuff like that. But I'm not completely like stupid, like he's playing to be.
I was still awake. It was, I don't know what time it was. And they had passed out in the bed, and I didn't want to intrude or anything, so I set up the couch. Before I lay down on the couch, passed out, and my wife actually came out to just check on me, and she found me on the floor.
Oh, because she was loving, probably.
What happened?
I don't know, I passed out. I don't know. I was tired. I remember standing there thinking, okay, get on the couch, and then I woke up on my back in the middle of the floor.
You said a minute ago you had them scratches on your back. You said you had how many dogs?
3.
3 dogs? What kind of dogs are they?
2 pugs and a bulldog.
2 pugs and a bulldog? They all stay inside? Any pain? It's a lot of dogs in one house.
I have 3 dogs.
Yes.
One's below me right now.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble focusing.
This is what my 4-year-olds used to do when I caught them with the cookie. Like, I don't remember putting my hand in the cookie jar. Okay.
Why do you think you're having trouble focusing, or why do you think you can't remember stuff from today?
You can tell when somebody's faking it.
It's not, you ask, I have trouble remembering stuff, and it's not that I do all the time. I do sometimes. It's got a really bad concussion in high school, and so my short-term to long-term memory isn't always there. That's one of the areas that pissed my wife off, is that we'd talk and I wouldn't necessarily remember it an hour later, and I'd want to reiterate go over the conversation.
Michael has once again gone back to playing dumb and not knowing what happened. He even claimed to have short-term memory loss, but the detective is not going to fall for it.
He doesn't look
Try
like
to
he's
go
falling for it.
chronological throughout your day today, from the time you woke up, and what happened, what you did, what you ate, what you did for breakfast, and what you did for lunch, and what you did for work, and just kind of see if maybe you can piece together, what happened today and why
Now
we can't remember
he's
it.
self-soothing himself like this.
Do you remember what you ate for breakfast?
I had a sausage croissant.
No breakfast at all?
Toast about 11.
Did you eat anything for lunch, or was that your lunch, the toast? Did you eat anything for dinner tonight?
I don't remember.
I don't think so. I don't know.
The detective is just like so chill. I commend him for that.
You don't remember at all?
I'm trying.
Hmm.
I'm trying.
His wife, because I see the ring, must be loving this man because he has the patience of, like, I don't know. Like, I've seen other detectives be like completely in on him and just like, okay, we can see your BS. I've been watching like ridiculously right now the first 48, and some of these detectives are just drilling and drilling and drilling and drilling, but he's playing the silent treatment. Like, he's just waiting for this guy to crack and waiting. This guy's sweating his balls off. I mean, commend him for that. You can hear the clock in there.
I'm trying to remember what I worked on today.
They don't take that. Wow, this is... Holy crap. The patience of this man. He's like, I know I got them. I got his. And you got Mike over there trying to self-soothe himself. Or he's trying to come up with some more BS. I think it's more BS. They're gonna eat him alive in prison. His best friend's gonna be a mouse. His nickname is gonna be Pops. And this detective is just like, chill. He's just
talking to somebody I can't remember, and I don't know what to do.
Do you remember the police coming to your house this evening?
I remember being on the sidewalk on my face.
Okay.
Detective
not lowering her
Armstrong's
up.
patience while waiting for Michael to answer what he had for dinner that night is impressive to say the least.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing how Michael can remember countless information about other days except the day of the crime.
I'm gonna be
dinner.
honest with you. Can you be honest with me? You called 911 tonight? 911? And you told the dispatcher that you wanted to kill yourself. Do you know why you would tell them that you wanted to kill yourself?
Because you took the lives of your family.
In the last 10 years, there's been 3 times that I wanted to kill myself. If I said that tonight, if you want me to be honest with you.
In the last 10 years, you wanted to kill yourself 3 different times?
There's 3 moments,
3 moments?
and I never did it.
What are those 3 moments?
One of them I got before I went back to school. I got screwed over. My boss. Everything had been going really good. And I didn't see it coming. I didn't protect myself. And I failed my wife. I failed the kids. And we were in a really bad place as far as financials go.
As far as financials, adultery,
And I wasn't
cheating.
doing well coping with it. It was
Oh, looks at the
it
camera
was
again.
it to me. And there had been rumors that my wife had slept with a coworker. She told me it wasn't true, but it was just another piece.
Sounds something else to add some stress.
It's called divorce, not murder.
Why were you wanting to hurt yourself today?
Self-deletion is obviously never the answer. Somebody out there loves you, somebody out there needs you, and God has a reason for you to be here. So never self-deletion. I mean, heck, I would talk to you guys. If you guys are ever thinking about that, hit your boy up. I got you. I will talk to you. Night, day, whatever have you. I've been there for my soldiers. I've been there for my friends. I got you. But to get into this, self-deletion is not the answer. But this guy is not. If he would have done it, or if he says he would have done it, I think he would have done it. But he's just making it all about him. Like, oh, poor me, poor me. That's why I think he's trying to get the self-concern on himself.
I want to help you, Mike, but you got to remember.
He closes his eyes like, I can't remember.
Been trying to jar my memory, walk through my day. That's what I was doing the whole time I was in the back of that car.
So you're like, fudge, I'm screwed.
After listening to Michael go on about his life, the detective asks him about his wife, and it seems like Michael can go from not remembering the day to remembering vivid details about it in a matter of seconds.
Other than like what she ate, you know, did your wife work from home today too, or she going
She
to?
always does.
Huh?
She works remote.
Did she?
Yeah, it's permanent remote for her.
Did she do that today?
Every day.
What are her off days?
Saturday and Sunday.
So she worked today then. Yes, today's Friday. Do y'all work in the same room or separate rooms?
This week we worked in the same room, just trying to save electricity and heat and everything with what's been going on with the weather and stuff. And so we were.
You can't tell me with these high-paying jobs that they're not financially structured decently. Really?
Trying to condense where we were so we didn't have to heat as much and use as much electricity. So I sat in the chair and she was on the bed. And we were being pretty playful and bantering. I remember that.
This guy
We were
just seemed
sending
like
her
he's
some playful
snapped.
texts.
So he can
Sending her
remember
text
that.
like while you're in the same room together, or?
Yeah, because we've always done that.
Yeah, just kind of keeping things fun.
Well, she's, in a meeting. I can't necessarily see things and stuff. So.
I can smell.
So does she see patients? Like, is she
Yes.
like FaceTiming patients, or?
They contract a pharmaceutical company.
Okay. Well, I think we're getting a little bit further because you remember sending text messages to your wife today. So
That's earlier.
about what time you think that was?
Early afternoon. This morning.
Okay. You remember what she was wearing today?
Sure, yesterday.
Now it comes with the dumb crap. Today.
I'm in over my head. Can I talk to a lawyer, please?
Oh, there it
One
is.
more time, sir.
Can I talk to a lawyer, please? I'm in so far over my head. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
There it is. There
That's
it is.
that's perfectly your right to do so. So we can get you an attorney and then speak with you after you have an attorney.
If he was a genius, he would have never talked to the
He would have done it
police
before.
without a lawyer in the first place. It doesn't take a rocket
Oh,
scientist
Ed.
to figure out that Michael is clearly guilty and he's just playing a really silly attempt at deceiving the detective. But unfortunately for him, he
He's
will
screwed.
soon find out that his performance wasn't worthy of an Oscar and he's actually going to jail.
I'm sorry.
You're perfectly fine. You're going to you
The detective has had enough of Michael's pathetic acting. What's intriguing is Michael's use of dumb mannerisms to make himself act as if he didn't remember a single thing, even acting like a child who got caught stealing a cookie.
I said that! Now he's pacing because he's freaking out. Yep, you're done. You're in trouble. You're going to be doing that in your jail cell a lot. That's all you have now is time. So he's got 3 counts of murder, probably in the first degree. I don't know if it was premeditated or spontaneous, but still, capital murder is either death or life in prison.
No, please.
Mike, don't fall down on me. If you're gonna do it like that, sit down in the chair.
Now he's starting to get his BS. Oh, he knows his life is over. And all he had to do was talk, communicate, or just divorce. But you had
Michael's
kids.
next words would be the final nail in the coffin.
Please tell me it's not true. Please.
Are you talking to me or yourself?
Please tell me it's not true.
Your daughter is deceased.
No! I would never.
It's shocking that Michael thought he could outsmart the detective and get away with it. Impossible to do so when he literally called 911 and explicitly confessed to his crime. And for those of you who didn't catch on to it, Michael said, "I would never." Despite the flawless acting, Michael was finally arrested for his crimes. Detective Armstrong provides a detailed report of things that Michael remembered, ranging from having a toast at 11 to sending playful texts to his wife. This is evidence that Michael is not as clueless as he claimed to be and is lucid enough. Finally, Michael Paton was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one and don't forget to subscribe.
Man.
Goodbye.
So shocking. He didn't get away with it, and he's going to prison for the rest of his life. So, with that being said, again, these annihilator families are ridiculous. Do not ever think about it. Do not ever do it. There's divorce. There's separation. There's do not cheat. I mean, how much more stupid can you get? Like these self-annihilators. I mean, Brian Laundrie. I mean, he took the life of his girlfriend. I mean, thank God he didn't have kids. Chris Watts murdered his family. What's that guy, Chad, that killed his 3 kids? Seriously? That's never the answer. I'm getting tired and sick of seeing these guys that don't have the balls of a man and yet destroy the whole family because they either were cheating or they just don't want to, or it's so upsetting, and I'm so tired of watching it. With that being said, comment your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about Michael? Do you think he was a kook? I am hoping this man does not have any fan mail like Chris did. But comment your thoughts down below. Hit the like button for more of these kind of videos on Crime Talk with Zawoki. And we will see you guys in the next one. So keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys next time.